And we want to invite Frederick Thrasher, the father of the Survival Sisters, and the beautiful Survival Sisters, Naomi, Kennedy, and Charlie back there. So you guys come on up. Phil, come on up. So, and I'm just going to tell you real quick, when we first envisioned this magazine, I saw them on the cover. I wanted them on the cover so bad, and I kept reaching out to this man, and he was not returning my calls. I was stalking him on Facebook. I was calling people. I talked to one other contributor, and they said they knew you. I said, he was on your show. Can you tag him for me? And finally, when we got together, I was so grateful because the conversation that he had with him and Phil was exactly even the spirit of the story that I wanted to tell. I wanted to talk about their family because we've all seen these beautiful girls we've seen them grow up on the internet, but that's been a nice novelty, right? But I wanted to know more about them, and he came in and just started talking about the vision he had for the family, and so we're just grateful, and the story turned out perfect, and the best compliment he could ever give me was tell me that we did them justice. So we're grateful. So I'm going to have Phil go ahead and interview and talk to them, and then you all have an opportunity to ask questions as well. So,
all right. You guys can have a seat right here. I'll sit here. You guys next to your dad. If I'm talking too low, just kind of yell at me softly. And, okay, first of all, thanks for being here. It'll be very, very informative, relaxed. I get home like you're at home. And ask you, first question, Dad. What made you take an interest in firearms with your children?
Well, here's how it all started. Like I told you before, I did therapy for 20 years. And yes, I feel like I made some impact in the community, but it wasn't the kind of impact that I could own.
Right.
And so when my children started to become teenagers, they started having their own issues because I worked more than I did anything else. So since I was at work most of the time, home is running around. Right. So we had to find something that we all could do together. We all find interest in. We went and shot a whole lot. We did a lot of survival stuff, and I never forget one day Kennedy told me, and she was like,
That's me, guys.
we were watching Facebook, and when we were watching Facebook, she said to me, she said, Dad, Dad, I don't ever remember us being this happy. And so when I thought about it, because this is after me and the mom got divorced and everything, and I was like, you ain't never got to worry about that again. We're gonna find something that we all can do. We all love. And so it's four girls. The other one broke her foot, so that's why she's not here today. But the thing about it is, ever since that day, that's why I post them every single day. I post them because I want you to know that, yes, you are that happy every single day, even when you don't feel like it. Mm-hmm. And one thing about guns, it's nothing like getting behind a fully automatic machine gun. It makes you smile. Does it make you smile? It makes you smile. And the thing about it is, I've seen them grow up. I've got an opportunity to see them interact with people. I've seen them assimilate. I've seen them cultivate. I've seen them be able to get with other people that they probably wouldn't have contact with. And I'm able to look at these little people learn to negotiate and navigate this situation, and it makes me proud because I feel like the work that I did, the work I'm doing with them, I can actually get some benefit from. Like they're growing up. Right. I mean, the sad thing about it is like it does have a bond, and it's not a bad bond, it's a great bond because you meet all these different people that have things they bring to the table, and they get an opportunity to be able to do critical thinking, be able to think through situations. And people have been very, very gracious in giving and really setting the story straight about everything. So I appreciate that. But as far as them in the shooting, they do it because you know what though? It helps. It helps. When I say it helps, if you're anxious, if you're dealing with whatever you feel like you're dealing with, when you get behind that gun, you gotta deploy those 7 fundamentals. Your mind slows down. Everything starts to work. Mm-hmm. It don't matter what, when they stressed out and they had a bad day at school, you want to hit the range, you're like, yes, let's hit the range. Okay. And everything dissipates. So for me, it's their medicine. So I don't know how, most people say it has a violent, I guess, precursor to it or whatever, but it doesn't. They understand how that works.
Okay. Now let's turn it to you three here. You guys can answer in any order you want. What do you guys like about shooting the most? In any order.
It really takes out like any emotions we have because it's like we have power over something that we like to do.
Okay.
I like it because it makes me different. Because you would not expect a 14-year-old girl to be shooting against 40-year-old men. Like, you would not expect that. It just makes me different because it's like, it's a sport. It's not, quote unquote, a normal sport, I guess, but it's a sport that I like. It makes me different from other people and other girls, and it's just something that I enjoy. It's something that I can balance out all my emotions with, and it's a coping skill at the same time.
Okay.
It just makes me feel more confident about myself and the things that I do, and it makes me more confident about me and my sister's relationship and me and my dad's relationship.
Okay. So you guys see that it's definitely gotten closer to your dad. Your dad's gotten closer to you, bonding for a family.
Yes.
Okay. Now this is a general question again. What's your favorite gun?
I like the AR-15.
Yeah.
I just love AR-15. The gun I have right now is a 300 Blackout by Daniel Defense. Because
Okay.
Daniel Defense is like, y'all should get a rifle by them because like, it's just the best.
Okay.
But I have a 300 Blackout by them, and it's like over time, you don't just get a gun, you get an emotional attachment to a rifle. And it's like my gun is like, I don't like when other people use my gun because it's my gun. It's like, it's mine. And it's like,
It's personal. Huh?
It's not like a gun you can't just buy. You have to like add on to it, and it becomes like your child. Like, you have to build it. You have to buy stuff for it. You can't just buy a gun and never touch it again. You gotta buy it and buy optics and buy scopes and buy oil and just all this other stuff and actually take care of it. So it's just like something that you can take care of. Like, it's mine, if it makes sense. Like,
It's mine.
Okay. Okay. You too?
Mine is an AR-15, but I have a Bravo Combat. But this one gun that I have, you can ask my sisters. Like, I let people use it, but it's like that gun is special to me. Like, I would bring, like, if we do like any shooting activities, that would be the one gun that I bring.
And that's the Bravo Combat?
No, it's one of my AR-15s.
Okay.
And I built this gun for like the past year or so.
Okay.
I built it, and it's like one of my favorite guns.
It's a Frankenstein.
Oh, so you got optics and everything on red eye,
Yes.
side eye. Okay. Your name?
My name's Charlie,
Okay.
and AR-15 and Bravo Combat too.
Okay. Why do you like your gun?
Because after the years of me having it, I really got used to it and how it works and everything. And the way it works, it really fits me.
Okay, good. Now, this is a question I've been wondering about this ever since I've had a chance to meet your dad. How do your friends feel about you guys shooting? Are they intimidated? Are they excited? Curious? What's the general feeling from your
No,
friends?
it's just like, I feel like personally, it doesn't make you, it makes you, like at school, they might joke on it a little bit, like there's certain people that be like, oh, I'm gonna be a survival sister, and I'm like, no. It's just like, I feel like mostly, like, the girls, they're used to me, like, some people be like, I'm not girly enough to be friends with them. I don't care. I don't. But it's like, I don't know. I feel like personally, like the guys joke on it a lot, but some guys are intimidated by it. More guys are intimidated by it than the girls at school because the girls, it's like your sport. Like, it's a sport, so they don't judge you for it. But the guys, it's like they always try to compare like strengths with you. Like, oh, I play football and I live this. I'm like, I don't care. Like, that has nothing to do with me.
Right.
So like, it's like they'll joke on it. They'll be like, oh, I want to be a survival sister, and I'll be like, no, you're a boy, what? And then it's like, it's not the same. Like, it's just something that I like. So I don't really care about people's opinions on it. It's either you support it or you don't. But either way, I'm just gonna do it because it's just, I mean, it's what I've been doing since I was literally like 4 years old. I grew up doing it, so it's not something I can just drop because you don't like it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Most of my friends they don't really care about it, but sometimes they do feel intimidated because, like, you wouldn't expect somebody, like a girl mostly, to carry around a big rifle all over, like,
Right.
all the time
Right.
and just shoot for a living because that's something that makes her happy. You won't really expect that. So they mostly are surprised
Okay.
and sometimes intimidated.
Okay. Good.
Like Kenny said, some of my friends joke on it, but some of my friends are actually like curious about it and invested about it, and they'll ask me questions like, how can I do this and that, and I'll answer their questions. But
Okay. Now I'm gonna ask a real personal question. Dad, don't beat me up. Can the girls out shoot you?
I would say, since my eyes are not what they used to be.
So what are you really saying, Dad? You saying over there?
Yeah, I mean, Kennedy, they like high end stuff.
Oh wait, can I add? Okay, so personally, my dad, I've always looked up to my dad. we're all daddy's girls, so it's just what we do. But with my dad, I do so good under pressure, and it's like all of us, including my dad and my older sister. We all have strengths and weaknesses, and it's like where my weaknesses are, they have strengths in.
Okay.
So it's like me. I only do good under pressure. Like, if my dad isn't yelling in my face, I will miss it. Like, but Naomi, she's just so elegant, and she just can do it so peacefully like a butterfly. But I have to get yelled at because if I'm not under pressure, I feel like, I don't know. It's just, I work better under pressure.
So what you're saying, under pressure, you can outshoot your dad?
Yes.
Okay. Wow, okay. Your thoughts on that? Can you outshoot your father?
Honestly, I do think that I could if I actually tried. But I don't know because I've been taught by him, so he probably could outshoot me because.
Okay.
But at the same time, he did teach me, and I know like his weaknesses at shooting.
Oh.
His eyes.
Yeah. So like I.
So you know your dad, you know everything that he does good and bad, right?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Go ahead, Naomi.
He's getting old.
I feel like I can outshoot all of them.
Okay. Anyways, this topic. No.
So you can outshoot everybody.
Yeah.
I feel like personally, my dad, he taught us everything we know. My dad and my uncles, and I appreciate everybody that's our trainers. I appreciate everybody that comes out and helps us. But it's like I'm my father, so I mean I have his strengths, and I mean I am weak in some of his strengths. But at the same time, I feel like personally, Naomi can do better than me when she's not under. When I'm under pressure, I do better than her. When we're not under pressure, she does have a little bit more accuracy than me. A little tiny bit. Not something she could brag on, just something like a little tiny bit. Like a little tiny bit. Like a coffee grain tiny bit. Like
You tend to lie about things.
no, that's not true.
I think you all should just tell the truth. Like,
Go ahead, Dad. Clear it up, Dad.
the one thing that we have to understand, like, they are spoiled.
Yes.
You gotta get the accent. Listen, they're spoiled. And we have sponsors, and we have their uncles who tend to buy y'all stuff that does not make it fair to other people. And that's like Charlie has a thermoscope on her rifle.
Oh.
You can hit it with a thermoscope. I mean, you can hit it in the dark. So yeah, you can brag about it after you hit it.
Now why are you snitching?
So it's not like you have a night vision rig. It doesn't matter. You can hit it.
I have a red dot. I just want to put it out there. I have a red dot.
So it's not like it's all steel iron sights on you. So let's just be like.
Okay, but one thing I would like to add, I feel like people expect us, like as kids, to be perfect. But it's like practice. I feel like personally, practice does not make perfection. Practice makes progress. And you all need to understand. It's like there was this one time I'm learning because I'm 14. I know a lot more than regular 14-year-olds know how to do. But it's like at the same time I messed up on one video, and it's like all the hate that I got. It just messed me up so bad because this is like. It was like people were saying things to a child. I was like 13. And they were saying like the most evil stuff. And I was like, I messed up on one thing. I was like, please calm down. Right. But it's like practice makes. I used to think practice makes perfection. So I would get angry when I used to mess up after my dad taught me like 50,000 times. But practice makes progress, and over time you're gonna see that practice makes progress. It's not something that you're gonna get perfect and you're gonna do it perfect forever, because you're gonna get it perfect eventually, and then you're gonna forget it and you're gonna have to practice again. It makes progress. So all the stuff that we're doing right now, we're making progress because we're only teenagers. So
right.
We're making progress.
This is for Dad. Mr. Thrasher, how many times a week do you have them go out and shoot and practice?
It just depends on what, because usually spring break's coming up, so we'll shoot every day. And that's because they have what happens is we have different trainers. They may not be on the page, but there are different trainers that train them every day. I don't just do it because it's like if I'm just doing it myself, then they get tired of hearing that. So we have different trainers scheduled every single day. And what happens is somebody come out and do shotgun, somebody come out and do rifles, somebody come out and do pistol, and then they do it every day. And like just during a regular school week, we just do it on the weekends.
Okay.
And that's
so they're learning different
You learn from different people because because I don't like everybody picks up bad habits. I don't care who they are. I don't care how perfect they are.
Right.
I have one of my close my brother. He's a what 7th group special forces. He comes out, he trains. But there's some things that he can't do. There's some law enforcement guys. One of my frat brothers, he's a SWAT guy. He comes out, but they all it's all similar fundamentals, but the tactics and things are different. So what we try to do is put them in different scenarios where they have to think, because critical thinking is not taught anymore. And so the thing about it is like you're going to be up under pressure. So I put you up under pressure because if you're lackadaisical, it's going to be like it was before when those people were saying stuff.
Yeah. So
even under pressure, you have to be. That's when you have to be your best. Mm-hmm. Because if nobody's watching, it doesn't matter. But the integrity of what you have going on is that. Let me make sure you understand how that works. It is. I keep it organized enough to where I know who's good at what.
Right.
Ken, like I said, she's my door kicker. This is my survivor. She's a sniper. Naomi can hit anything. Brooke is a strategist. Like I said, far as if we're telling them to clear a room, or if we're telling them to, we're doing a convoy, whatever case may be, she's gonna map it out for them. Mm-hmm. And she's
I just want to get it over with. I'm just gonna walk in like nothing matters.
So they get. You gotta understand, they've been sitting on the line. They sat on the sidelines for a long time watching us do it, and then it got to the point it was like, okay, just being a little girl is cool, but why are they having a lot of fun? So they want to have fun, and the fun they started doing it. And the one thing that I can say that I know, and it's sad to say that people on the internet have been hoping and wishing that one of them get hurt, so they could be like, oh, see, they got hurt. Yeah. But the thing about it is, here's the thing you gotta understand about gun owners. My children are not out there with incompetent people. We don't teach. We inspire. Like, that's what it is. We're changing the narrative. We're not there to teach. Those guys teach. Those guys are not. They have a class that teach. That's not what we do. Mm-hmm. I have 4 kids. I can't teach 40. I'm like, okay, we'll bring the parents and then we all get together and then we can go to a class together. I'll be more than glad to come to a class. Right. Because the reality of it is that's what it's about. It is not about them. We're doing this because it's me being able to still be able to do some kind of, I guess, therapy with other people. I mean, I can help your children use this, mm-hmm. And it's a useful tool because I'm doing it on my own. I mean, as a doctor, I wouldn't do malpractice on my children. Right. I'm going to use the best tool I have to make sure they get what they need to be. Exactly. This is something that I can't hold taking her phone away.
Oh, dagger's so sweet.
But if I say something like, okay, well, we're not going to go, or we're not going to shoot, then that's a different thing because guess what? It impacts different because you're going to miss something. If we don't go to an event, you really miss something. Right. And so I want you to have some value in it because people are putting value in it, and since people are putting value in it, people pay for things. When people pay for things, they put value in it. Right. There's somebody paying for this for you, regardless if I'm doing it or not. Somebody's paying, and I want them to always understand that when you do it your best. This is about building people, building morale. Make sure people don't have compromise with more. Make people understand that there are other people. Even if you don't see them, there are other people on the other side of that camera that are looking at you, and they're looking at not just you, but everybody out there that look like you, and they're trying to see if you're going to do it wrong or right. Correct. But the presentation that you put forth to make sure that everybody understands that we represent not just these people sitting here, but everybody like it. Because I want to be able to one day see a sea of little kids doing this, not because they're militant or they're militia, because it's fun and it's helping them. Okay.
Now, before I open up to the audience here, a few questions, just a few. I just want to say this personally. I think
Stop tape. All right, tape is rolling.
Okay. I just want to say one last question, then we'll open it up to the general folks here. Okay. I think it's beautiful that we have a black father with his children doing something that's positive, that inspires them, that teaches them, that matures them. I think we need to see more of that, and I think you're a great role model. And I think the young ladies are doing something that you're kind of being a trailblazer because you guys are you're well known now across the country. And I think for other black children coming up, they're going to be looking at you. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a good thing.
Can I just add one thing, too?
Yes, go right ahead, sir.
Like, I don't know if anybody else knows about having teenage daughters, but having teenage daughters, like, usually they try to get away from you. Like, they don't try to get away. Like, they're cool with whatever. Like, I don't have to entertain them. They know that we're doing something. They want to ride because they don't know what's going to be on the other side of this ride. Right. But the thing about it is like, if it's helping me manage some teenagers, it works. So that's the only thing I'm saying. That's why I would encourage anybody just to join NAGA. I think you'll have a great program. All right.
Okay, I want to add on to what my dad said. I feel like personally, as a teenager, like, sometimes teenagers, as much as you guys say we can come to you guys about certain stuff, if we don't have a bond with you, like having a trauma bond with kids, it doesn't actually have a bond. Like you need something that you could do with kids and talk to kids. Because I can know my dad about everything, like literally everything. Like it will be so awkward. Like he'll give me actually good advice. But I feel like the shooting and stuff, it helps actually get a good bond and gives us something to talk about and gives us something to do and hang out with and be happy together. And it doesn't just help with shooting in my future. It helps with our bond because I can come to my dad about anything, even no matter how awkward it is or uncomfortable it is.
Is that the opposite word, Dad?
Okay. Well, he still talks to me, so he's my best friend, guys.
That's beautiful. Oh, that's nice. Okay. I'm going to take some questions from the crowd, one at a time, to Mr. Prash or the young ladies. Anybody have any questions they'd like to ask at this time?
I'm not going to answer the question. I'm just going to say I salute you as a man and I salute y'all. We need more. That's all I got to say.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Any other questions?
I'll ask you a question. Same thing. Appreciate you for what you're doing, and ladies for accepting it, and young man for having them. My son, the same thing. I'm getting him geared up. He's been about 3 years in. Our interest is to be able to put him into competition. He loves Steel Challenge. Is there any specific type of shooting that you guys appreciate, you look forward to when you know you're going to go out and do steel or more wood-related targets or paper?
I like steel because listen. This is the thing. You have to hear me out. When you're shooting, it's like paper. I hate wood because it's like you can't hear it. When you hear it ding on the iron over and over and over again, it's like your heart just fills up and you just get so happy because it's like no matter how angry I am, because it's like my dad, he is still a dad, but he'll pick at us because we will be annoyed until we actually shoot. But at the same time, it'll be worth it because it's like you'll hear it just ding, 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 and it's like when it doesn't ding, it just gives you even more like want it to ding even more. So it'll just be like ding, 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 and it's different from paper because you can't hear when it dings, so you don't know if you miss or not until after you go look at it.
Yeah.
But if you have iron, you know exactly exactly if you made it or not. It's just like the ding is so beautiful. Like it's the most beautiful sound in the world.
So you hear that noise, you're like, perfect.
Yes.
I feel like it helps you make progress too because like when I'm shooting and I hear the ding, it means I'm doing something right and I'm in the right place. But if I don't hear it, it means that I have to fix something.
Yeah, okay, great. All right, great. Next question.
Do you ladies hunt? And if you do hunt, do y'all hunt with your ARs?
We do. Our old house, we used to hunt in our backyard because it was like a whole wildlife thing in our backyard, and we did not like it. There was like a whole
There were
beaver
beavers
in our
backyard,
and
squirrels
we used to go and hunt the beaver until like 1 o'clock in the morning on weekends. We used to do that.
Okay. Next question.
Y'all mean cause a sibling rivalry, but who do you think is the best shot at it?
Anyways, next topic. Anyways, that's not true.
So there's no, you guys are all even. There's no better shooter.
I feel like okay. This is an honest answer to the question. I feel like personally, there's no answer to who's better than who. It's just at certain stuff, there's somebody who has more strength in it than others.
Yeah.
So it's like I might like me and Brooke, we always have this conversation. I'm amazing at rifle. And Okay, anyway. I'm amazing at rifle, like I said, we're gonna start being a hater. And Brooke is amazing at handguns. But it's like I have strength, we both have strengths and weaknesses and that's certain thing.
Can I just add?
Yes, Mr. Dresser, go right
Let me just add this. Here we go. Like the only reason why we don't really participate in those conform standardized sports is because it puts you in a box where you're 1, you're 2, you're 3, you're 4, you're 5.
Yeah.
The thing about it is we're talking about holistically, and we're talking about being able to develop people. We want everybody to have something they're great at. Kennedy is the throw kicker. She is the one like we doing drills and we're on the ground and we stacked up, I'm going in with her. Naomi, if I know I need a shot done, I need it done, she's gonna make that shot. Charlie, if you're going into the woods and you need to eat, or if you don't want to pick the snake up or whatever, dead carcass, That's what we need to get.
So if you know, I'm not picking a snake. I'm
Far
not picking up a snake.
far as Brooke is the older sister. She watches out for her sister. She makes sure they don't make the mistakes.
Right.
And so everybody has their thing. I never try to put them in a situation. It's not like Little League football. Everybody get a trophy. No, everybody don't get a trophy. You have your thing.
Right.
And my thing is like that. If you want to see them work, if you want to see them at their best, you have to see them together.
Right.
It's like a band. Like if you take one of them out, you're not going to see it.
Gotcha.
If I wanted to work with them, if you work with them together and you get to see how it works, that's because they do have a bond. If you were special forces, if you want SWAT, you have a bond. My thing is that we're moving along through life, we have to have some kind of bond, some kind of allegiance to somebody. A lot of people have oaths. Oaths are old, but these kids have a constitution amongst themselves. And this is what we're going home. If I'm raising my hand, all four of us going. If something happens, it'll happen to all four of us. And why? Like, I'm not indoctrinating them. I'm saying that I'm not going to be here always. Mm-hmm. And so if I'm not going to be here, yeah, we have extended family, but however, whether or not they're going to show up, I need you to be able to show up. But not only that, I need you to be able to, like I said, integrate and assimilate into a society where you can navigate among people and make things happen for yourself. But I don't want you to get into the point where you compete. Yeah, it's cute and it's nice to be aesthetic, but the greatness comes from them is because they work together. That's why we help Dexter with the tactical game, because you know what? They are forced to work together. Mm-hmm. Anybody can run and get steel, do 3 guns, that's fine. But try to get some teenagers to work together as a team safely, that is good.
That's a great question.
What is your favorite handgun?
Glock 19. Girl, you not shoot a Glock 19.
I know what this is. I like Glocks in general. They're just the best.
Glock
Yeah,
girl,
the best.
Glock world. That's what we would it's like personally, I'm not gonna hate on anybody. You like what you like, but me, I prefer a Glock over a Springfield any day because it's just better because it's like I like Glock because they focus on not what the market is selling. They focus on what the customers actually want. It's like you could see exactly what, like even with the reviews on like the websites and stuff, you can see exactly what they're making improvements on because of what other people want. So it's like even with Generation 1, we have Generation 1, 3, 4, 5, and 5, right? And we don't have
2, 3, 4, 5.
2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, we don't have Glock Generation 1. So if you have it, we're willing to train because I want it because it's my, it's our thing. But you can see the progress that they've made from Generation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because it's what the customer wants. Like they added the grip better. They've added certain stuff just to make the actual gun better, not because of what the market is selling. Springfield, they improved their handgun based on what the market is selling. That's why I don't like Springfield. But yes.
Okay, great. Next one.
2 questions. First, what do you say to young men and young women like yourselves that are interested in getting into guns or firearms?
I honestly think that they should go for it because it's actually really fun, especially if you're using iron targets because you can hear how good you're doing. But it's actually really fun and it's like your own world that you can escape to when you really need it.
Excellent. Second question. I personally prefer the long range. Which one was the sniper?
Okay.
I love it. That's me too. Thank you.
Good. Great question. Okay. Next question, Ian.
I don't have another question, but I wanted to, does anybody else have another question? Really quick. Okay, go ahead.
I was curious if you guys had any other interests or hobbies or like weird skills outside of shooting?
Okay. This is all I have to say. There is certain stuff that we like. Naomi runs track, right? And it's like I used to do volleyball, and I've done a lot of stuff. I used to do gymnastics. Our mom used to put us in everything when we were growing up. Our mom and dad, well, not even our dad. It was just our mom. She put us in everything, like even the weirdest stuff. Like she would put us in soccer and swim and like weird stuff, like just stuff that we don't even remember know how to do. But it's like when we were doing stuff in middle school and high school, even like I just tried out for cheer, and it's like I just hate it because it's like it's not. I wouldn't say hate. I do it. But it's like, it doesn't impact me the way that shooting guns impacts me. Because it's just like, you do hair? Oh yeah, I do. Y'all, if y'all want your hair done, please get at me. Please get at me. I'll get y'all looking right in the best way. Like, y'all won't even understand. You look in the mirror and you would just be like, oh my God, this is me. Like, literally. But anyways, back to what I was saying. I do like doing hair. But with other sports, it's just like, what's the point of doing it? Everybody looks like me. Like, everybody's gonna look like me, so I just don't like that. Like, if everybody's doing the same cheer, why do they wanna look like, I wanna